Next up on member profiles, I have dealt with this location and business for as long as I can remember. And I have needs. The Anoka Area Chamber of Commerce has needs, and I'm talking about printing needs, and these folks can take care of it. These folks are from Minuteman Press right there on East River Road by Mercy Hospital in Anoka. They are Katie and James Lawrence. Welcome to the Chamber.
Well, thanks, Pete, for having me.
All right, Katie, I'm going to start with you. Tell me a little bit about some of the things that Minuteman Press does. And I've seen your slogan. It says, "We design, print, and promote you." Tell me more about that.
Yeah, so at Minuteman Press, our slogan is "We design, print, and promote you." And let me dive into that a little bit deeper. So it really breaks us down into all the different segments of printing of your product. So of course, when you start, you got to have that creative design process that's going now. There's a lot of online profiles out there where people can go and design their own things. It's wonderful. We get all kinds of really great stuff from our customers. But a lot of people don't have access to that stuff, and they kind of need somebody to help do all that design work to get your piece to where we can print it. So we do offer that as a service. Of course, we're a commercial print shop. And then the last piece where we say we promote you, it's because we really do add this big marketing piece to our repertoire that not all printers will do. We have a full variety of products. So when someone comes in and says, "Hey, Pete, I'm going to that golf chamber event coming up, and I got a booth out there, and what can I do to help, bring my business to the golf show?" Then I can custom tailor to your needs in respect to maybe you've got a table, maybe you want to brand some golf balls or some golf tees or things like that. That might be event specific. So we really take the time to get to know what your needs are specifically and what can we do to promote you.
You bet. And I will tell you, the one thing that I've had the pleasure of working with Minuteman Press, I like to stay in my lane, and my lane is not design, but yet I have a worry that I want the brand, the brand that is the Anoka Area Chamber of Commerce to look as best as it possibly can. And that's what Minuteman Press can do. They can help you. And granted, if you've got something ready to go, like Katie said, boom, they can do it. I'm looking for that extra help because I just don't have that expertise, and I don't have time to get that expertise. Hence staying in my lane and let the professionals and the people that really know what they're doing, and the people at Minuteman Press do. They make the chamber look good. They can make your business look good as well. And if you need this pen with your name on it, they can give you that and a whole lot more. Okay, Katie, back to you. What are some of the products that Minuteman Press can produce?
Yeah, so I love that you asked me that question. I love that you talk about the pen. There's really just a huge variety of products that sometimes people don't even think about.
Right.
Some people think about, I just need a flyer or, my business card, and that's all the business printing services that we can offer. But we also have a full line of trade show materials, and not everybody thinks about that. So when you're thinking about going to a trade show, or maybe you've got those outdoor flags, yard signs, or even a tablecloth or a table runner. Some people ask us about retractor banners. We've probably got 8 or 9 different product lines of just banners alone. If you have an event where you want to have a giveaway or something like that, not only can you do pens, I call them flippy whistles and doodads and all the fun things, the frisbees and anything that's fun that's going to help you stand out above everybody else and what they're giving out. When it comes to pens, you can even pick colors that are going to brand specifically to your brand. And we're just here to talk you through all of those different ideas with the wide range of products that we have, so that we can pick some things and kind of custom tailor what is your event, what is your thing that you're trying to promote, what's your business all about.
Right.
And then we can select some of those items so you don't have to troll through the millions of things you could possibly put your name, image, or logo on.
So, Katie, bottom line is have need, Minuteman Press can do.
We try to put anything you put a name, image, or logo on is something we can produce for you.
They have skills, people. They have skills. All right, James, you're up. What made you decide to get into business for yourself? It was a husband and a wife team.
Yeah, so a little background. When I first got out of high school, I served in the Army for a few years. When I got out of the Army, I went to college, attended UW Stout, and Katie was already there. She was majoring in art and graphic design.
Perfect.
And I went there for business administration. And after we graduated college, I ended up getting called up again through the National Guard at that point for a deployment in the reserve component. And she waited for me while she was already out of college and starting to work in the printing industry. doing design and print production. Then by the time I got out and was done with college, done with military service and all that, I started working for other companies in recruiting, marketing, supervisory, stuff like that, while she was still in the printing industry. Finally, at some point, we kind of merged together to where we decided to get into business together because we're both pretty independent, especially with the military background and personalities and everything, and want to work for ourselves. So we decided to buy into the Minuteman Press franchise. Our location's individually owned. We started off up in Ham Lake, and we put together our skills. Hers with like say art and graphic design, print production, and then I learned all the ropes and was intertwining behind the scenes the other business aspects of it, and getting out and do networking groups and marketing and other things. And like I say, we just intertwined that together, and now we're like a team. And since then, we have been able to move to Anoka just a couple years ago, and the prior owner, Presto Graphics, retired, and we bought them out, and we merged our Minuteman in there, so now we're Minuteman Press Anoka on East River Road there, and we've got a good team going there now.
Sounds like a match made in heaven, and it is. And James, thank you for your service. So appreciate that. All right, Katie, so I told him kind of East River Road over by Mercy. Tell them a little bit more about the Minuteman Press location.
Yeah, thanks for asking. So Minuteman Press as a franchise has multiple locations all across the country. We're all independently owned and operated. One of the things that makes our location very unique is, of course, we're family owned. We're also veteran owned. And because we're veteran owned, we have a very passionate drive to want to help other veteran business owners. We sponsor all kinds of veteran events. There's a military softball tournament that comes around once a year every summer. We're a sponsor of that. We help provide signs and banners. We've donated to the Minnesota DAV golf tournament before. And so we really pride ourselves in being a little bit more unique, that we try to be part of our community in as many ways as we can. James is going to talk a little bit more about that. Also, independent to our location, not every Minuteman does vehicle graphics and outdoor vinyl graphics. So if you ever have a vehicle where you need to have some logos or some lettering or VIN numbers sometimes for the construction guys, and you get a new truck and you need all that done, just give me a call. We can measure up your vehicle. Not all locations do that. That's one thing that's a little bit different about us. And so other than that, yeah, you can just give us a call anytime, and we're willing to help you out.
Well, and not every Minuteman Press around the world has Katie and James. And you are unique to that. And it's the first thing that I saw when I met you after you made the change from, picking it up from Dave and Cindy Kucharski with Presto Graphics, not a Minuteman, is that you cared. You asked the questions, and more importantly, you stepped up and helped where help was needed. It's all about service, and I can tell not only service to country, but service to customer. And that is what you guys do, and that's why you guys are the success. James, Katie mentioned winning an award for being a veteran-owned business. How does your background experience play in your role in that business?
Yeah, so like when I was in the Army, you pretty much learn a lot of teamwork and camaraderie. Yep. And within that, managing teams, working with a team, delegating to your team. And it gives you that mentality to accomplish missions. So in our case, we're accomplishing tasks, we're accomplishing projects. So when customers have projects, we get on it and make sure the whole thing from beginning to end gets finished, from creative design to quoting all the elements of the project, to the print production, to bindery and the finished product, and making sure that we get the product to the customer by their deadlines, and delighting the customer and giving them what they want. And also, like I say, with the military background and college and all that, we also like to promote veteran-related things. We are a part of a Trust Vets organization. And you can find them online, trustvets.com. It's kind of like an Angie's List, but for veteran-owned businesses. And we have a profile on there as well. Yeah. And so we're part of that when they had meetings and stuff, and donating to them and marketing a little bit for them. But also, we've sponsored like DAV golf tournaments and other softball tournaments and stuff like that as well. So we always push that. So we're veteran-owned, family-owned, woman-owned, a little bit of everything. And and we got a nice team going at Minuteman Press. And I might add that we've been doing it for 14 years now, 12 years in Ham Lake, and now we just moved a little less than 2 years
already
ago to
been 2.
Anoka. So yeah, we just hit our 14 years in April here.
That's great. That's great.
Yeah.
All right, Katie, somebody out there, they need you. They are not comfortable in the lane they are in, and they want to get into the Minuteman Press lane. So give them address, how do they get a hold of you, phone number, whatever.
All right, well, I gotta, before I say that, just say one more thing. We did earn a 5-star Google Award for being veteran-owned.
Nice.
And we've also achieved a 10-star award as a Minuteman Press franchise from our franchise department. A great way to get a hold of us is, of course, through our website, www.weloveminuteman.com, or you can come and visit us on 848 East River Road in Anoka, right next to Mercy Hospital, not that far from the Anoka Chamber building.
Yep.
And I appreciate you today, Pete, and it's a pleasure being a part of the Anoka Area Chamber.
James, Katie, thank you, number one, so much for being a part of the chamber. Number two, for helping us out. The one thing I know, when I get an order in, I don't have to do anything because it's going to get covered, and that's what matters to me, and I can go back to doing what I'm supposed to do, which is running that chamber. All right, Minuteman Press, you have needs, they can take care of you. All right, we're taking a break. When we come back, we will wrap up this edition of the Chamber Report, so stay tuned.